Good evening to all of you out there. Good evening to you who is joining us for this quick GloBUNTU Books stream. My name is Beatrice Ataleke. I am the senior author of the Africa for Smart Kids book series and publisher of GloBUNTU Books. This is a very quick stream to an invite, which is actually an invite to all parents, caregivers, to adults out there, to teachers, neighbors, aunties, godfathers, godmothers, anyone who is close to a child, community leaders, youth organization leaders. This is all for you. This is a call to you. I am here to introduce to you the GloBUNTU Books Kids Summit. Last year, 2020, we had a Global Black Youth Summit, which was targeting adult Black youth. We were checking on their state of well-being. And this June is always the month of the African child, and the month where we celebrate, during which we celebrate the African child. And we have chosen this month to host the first Black Kids Summit, As we all know, we have been in the pandemic since the beginning of last year. Our children have been subjected to all kinds of situations, all kinds of experiences, traumatic. They have had to learn to school from home. They have had to learn how to adjust their lives. They have missed a certain part of their young adulthood, and so much is going on in their lives. And I think sometimes we adults, we are so busy trying to juggle life, trying to adapt to the new reality that we are in, and we sometimes do not pay attention to the needs of our children. And this summit is here to provide a space, a platform where young adults and kids can come together and share their experiences. It's for Black kids to come together, share their experiences about the pandemic, connect with each other across, beyond their geographical location. Many of them are locked down. Many of them have to go to school in shifts and all of that. So kids need each other. They need to connect with one another in order to share their experiences. And this is what this Global Black Kids Summit is all about. It's about bringing young kids together, Black kids together, to share their experiences and kind of detox so that they can kind of release all the burdens and all the experiences that they're carrying with them, all the things that they're going through right now because of the pandemic. I think they deserve attention. We deserve to acknowledge them. So what I'm inviting, this invitation is to parents, it's to you adults, again, caregivers, teachers, leader of youth organizations, whoever is around a Black child. I'm inviting you to nominate a Black child or to register them to this summit so that they can come meet their peers and share their experiences of the pandemic. Now, this event is a double event. During the first part of the afternoon, that starts from 2 p.m., we will have the summit where children will present, where children will speak, where children will share with us and their peers their experiences. And the second part of the event is going to be the award, the first GloBUNTU Trailblazer Award. I am super excited about this one because that's the moment where we recognize our Black kids. And this GloBUNTU Trailblazer Award comes in different categories, which I will present to you. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is the GloBUNTU Trailblazer Award? Where trailblazer, there are people like waymakers, pathmakers, there are people who take the lead in doing something new, people who open doors, people who take initiatives, who are creative and inventive, especially in times of challenges. This is what we're doing, looking for kids who, in the midst of the pandemic, are not only beating this pandemic and carrying on with life and trying to give their best, but also those kids who have invented or come up with ideas that fall in any one of the 8 categories that we are recognizing kids in. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You may be in Asia, you may be in South America, in Europe, on the continent, wherever you are. If you are a Black kid, if you're a Black parent listening to me, a Black caregiver, if you are one of them, adoptive parents, please nominate your children. I think our children really need that we uplift them, that we give them the space to detox themselves from all the traumatic experiences of COVID-19, and that we recognize them for their bravery, for their tenacity, for their encouragement, for their courage story, for their achievements. And if you're interested, I'm going to list you the categories in which you can nominate your children or any kids that are next to you. So we have 8 categories, as I said. The first category is academic. Academic, yes. Children have been forced to go to school from home. They have had to adjust a whole lot in order to pursue their education. They go to school in shifts. They have to sit in front of devices in order to attend classes. Some kids don't even have access to those devices, but still they are thriving in school. They are thriving. They have a lot of homework. They have to learn how to deal with this from home. Parents who are struggling with their own work, working from home, they have to start teaching their children, and children have to adapt to this new way of teaching. And some of them are doing extremely well at school. So if you have a black kid who is excelling in the area of academics, who has good grades, who has, in spite of the pandemic, who goes to school regularly, who has a good attitude in school, and who is kind of standing out, then this is the moment for you to nominate that child in the category academic or academic trailblazer. The second category is creative trailblazer. Now, at the time that children have been at home, some of them have invented so many things, so many creative things, from knitting sweaters and stockings to sewing, how do you call it, masks, and writing books, creating podcasts. And this is what we're looking for, kids who have come up with creative ideas during the pandemic that have really uplifted them or helped them to release some of the burdens of being quarantined and moving around with masks and having to deal with all the consequences and effects of the pandemic. If you know a black child who is done anything creative, whether writing a book, a poem, who has started a podcast. Yesterday, one child registered for the award. I was so taken aback. This child is just 4 years old, and he has created a podcast. He's calling upon adults and teachers and congratulating front workers. She's just amazing. Okay, for those of you who are tuned in live, I must apologize for this interruption. The network is not very much, is not collaborating with me this evening, but this is not going to stop me from presenting this Kids Award. So if you're out there, bear with me. So I was introducing to you the different categories of this award. The first one is Academic Trailblazer. The second one is Creative Trailblazer. The third one is the COVID-19 Solution Trailblazer. Now, some kids have come out with a lot of new ideas. Some of them have come up with their own sanitizers. Some have come up with their own line of masks. Some have come out with all creative ideas on how to beat the pandemic. Now we're looking for all these creative heads. We're looking for all these amazing kids who are coming up with a lot of COVID solutions. You know, anything that helps us to either become more aware or to better prevent or to better deal with COVID-19. So with any kids around you who are coming up with this kind of ideas that give us solutions, any kind of COVID solutions, we want to recognize them at this GloBUNTU Trailblazer Award on the 20th of June, next month, so to say. So the fourth category is Community Impact Trailblazer. These are children who are doing work in the community, who are probably taking care of vulnerable people in the community, this could be elderly people, this could be orphans, this could be people who are in need. I've seen a whole lot of kids who have come up with a lot of ideas who are really very supportive in the community. So these children, we want to recognize them. We want to tell them that we see them. We want to show them some love. We want to show them appreciation. We want to acknowledge them in that category. Now, the next category, which is the fifth one, is healthcare awareness and services trailblazers. Now, some kids are working in hospitals. Some are in testing stations. Some are, in any of those places or vaccine hotspots, wherever they are. Those children between the ages of 5 and 20 who are doing this kind of services, if you know them, please nominate them in this category for the GloBUNTU Trailblazer Award. We really want to recognize their service and their contribution to making us better survive, better deal with this pandemic. The sixth category is family unity trailblazer. There's a kid who, in spite of all the different situations that they have to go through at home, the changes at home, the changes that they have to go through, work from home, spend a lot of time with all together at home, and sometimes under not very very nice conditions. All these children who, in spite of all of this, are thriving. They are keeping the family together. They're helping in house chores. They are helping in making sure that everyone is safe at home, making sure that the quarantine rules are respected. These are the children that we want to recognize in this category called Family Unity Trailblazer. If you know any child, please do me a favor and just nominate them. We owe it to our children to give them the space to shine, to bring them on stage, to spotlight them, and show them that we acknowledge and recognize and celebrate them for the contribution that they're making in order to make us navigate through this pandemic. So the next category, which is number 6, is Invention and Innovation Trailblazer. Some kids are really coming up with a lot of great things. Whether they're innovating on some services that have been there, whether they're adding value, whether it's creating apps, it's creating any devices that you can use to test the COVID-19 or to release it or to help someone better deal with it. Any child, any Black child that you know that has come up with anything innovative or has invented anything that is COVID related, that is pandemic related, we want to acknowledge this child. So I kindly invite you, make sure that we spotlight that child. Don't let the child go unnoticed. This is a great achievement. These are great sacrifices that our children are bringing during this time of need. And I think we really, really should pull our hands together and acknowledge them at the GloBUNTU Trailblazer Award. The 8th category, that is the last one, is Business and Finances Trailblazer. So business and finances, again, young kids are coming up with ideas. I was so overwhelmed yesterday when I saw the nominations that come in. Young kids who are creating new business ideas. Some of them they're sewing purses. Some of them are knitting sweaters. Some of them are designing masks, and they're using it to generate income. They're generating their own income through all these new creative things that they're coming up with to keep themselves sane during the pandemic. If you know any child who has come up with any business concept, any concept that is allowing them to generate their own income right now, this child deserves to be recognized at the GloBUNTU Trailblazer Award. So make sure you go on our website and nominate them. And I'm going to give you a few questions. If you're out there, you're watching me and you have questions, please send me your questions. If you watch this short video after I have left the studio, please use the inbox. Use the inbox or use the description box below, the comment box, in whether you're joining on YouTube or on Facebook. Use the comment box and ask all the questions that you want to ask. Now, I'd like to take you quickly to the website and show you where you can nominate the children. If you have any candidates around, you can nominate as many children as you want. Just nominate them. If you think they have done something that deserves recognition, and I think just being a child who navigates through this pandemic, it's enough reason. It's enough reason to recognize them. So if you're here and you're wondering where you can nominate the kids, I'll take you quickly to the GloBUNTU Books website, and I will share my screen with you, and so that you see where you can go nominate. So when you get to the GloBUNTU Books website, this is where we are. You click on Black Kids Summit and Award, Black Kids 2021 Summit and an Award, and it will take you straight to the Summit website. So you see this information. We explain to you what the Summit is all about, who can participate. Again, I said these are kids between the ages of 5 and 20, whereby someone brought me a child yesterday who is just 4, who is creating a lot of positive awareness in South Africa, has been seen by the president and recognized because she's doing an amazing job. If you think that there's a child that you know who is younger than 5, who is doing amazing work that needs recognition, please just go on this website and nominate them. If you click on the registration button, it will take you right down to the registration form, and right there you can put your registration form to register both for the award, for the offer, and the summit. If you just want your child to participate and listen, you can use this form to the same form. If you want your child to be a speaker to share his or her own experience with the family, use the same form. There are different sections of the form that allow you to exactly what you need. So when you fill in all the forms, what you do is you click on the submit button, and the registration will come right to us, and we will get back to you. I'm so super excited to have a bit of night about you during the summit, because I think sometimes pay a better attention to them. Sometimes we're very busy with trying to make sure that we juggle, make sure that we put food on the table, that we make that they have school utilities and all of that, that they have something to wear, and we forget that we really need to recognize them for some of the things that they're doing at home. That showcasing, spotlighting them, and celebrating them, acknowledging their contribution at home is very empowering. It is uplifting, especially for the Black child. I can't stress this enough. Sometimes we don't even have the time to compliment our children. And if we don't have the time, bring them to this space so that we can collectively acknowledge them. There are going to be a lot of GloBUNTU moms here. There are going to be GloBUNTU young authors here. And we all invite you to join us so that we collectively recognize, acknowledge, and celebrate the Black child for their tenacity, for their resilience, for their bravery, for their achievements, and for beating the pandemic and navigating through life in spite of all the odds. Some of them have lost loved ones, and they really need to be comforted. Some of them have lost their school. Some of them have gone through just a lot of traumatizing experiences. And we're saying this is a moment for us to recognize them. Now, quick question. Someone asked me, why a summit for the Black child? Well, as a mom, I just think that it is my responsibility. As a Black mom and a mom of Black children, it is my responsibility first to check on the well-being of my kids and kids that look like my kids. And it's been a tradition at GloBUNTU Books that we focus on the Black child, and we really want to empower, we want to strengthen, we want to uplift, we want to celebrate the Black child and help the Black child to shine her light or his light and to be his best self. That's why this summit. Last year we had the first summit, which was addressing adults after the case of George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. And this year we're focusing on the younger ones, kids between the ages of 5 and 20 are those that we're looking for here. But if you have a child who is below 5, who is doing amazing work, this child is equally welcome. Someone asked the question, who can participate? Children can participate. Children between the ages of 5 and 20 can participate. They can participate either as listeners, they can participate as speakers, they can participate as nominees for the award, or all three. All three. Ideally, we want to have all the kids there so they can connect with each other, share with each other, and we want to have them be there to celebrate each other during the time of the award. Okay. Someone asked another question, who can be nominated? Again, nominate any child who you think, in your opinion, is outstanding, is doing amazing work, it's excelling in school, it's being creative, it's helping to hold the family together. The categories are on the website. If you think that any child that you know is doing that kind of work, you are most welcome, and I really encourage you to nominate them. It doesn't take you anything, but this nomination and getting the children acknowledged can change their lives forever, believe me. Last week, I received the recognition of AWI, African Women in Europe, for outstanding work during the pandemic. And I thought this was a call for me to hand down this award. And I thought I would hand it down to the children, hand it down to the children. And in 2018, I received the Trailblazer Award in Michigan from the African American Association of National Association of African Americans in Human Resources. I want to acknowledge you, Nat, Alston, and your team. Thank you for that award. And I promised you back then that I was going to give this award further to some other people. This is what I'm doing with this GloBUNTU Trailblazer Award. One other question was, when is this award and summit taking place? If you go on the website, you'll find all that information. It is on the 20th of June. June is the month of the African child. 16 June is when the African child is celebrated the world over. But we don't want to do this on that same day. We want to take it to the 20th. It is a Sunday, and we're hoping that all of you will join us online. It's going to be live streamed, that you will all join us to meet this amazing Black kids who are doing so much work, so much great work, who are beating the pandemic. I can't insist it enough. That you all join us online to applaud them, to celebrate them. Okay. So how long is it going to take was another question. Well, we planned this event, both the summit and the award, to take about 3.5 hours, depending on the number of nominees, because we really want to spotlight every child. But we start at 2 p.m. South African time, which is GMT +2, and we plan to finish before 5 o'clock so that you have time to go back to have your dinner, so you can celebrate your children at your dinner table. You can celebrate them with their award. Okay. Another question was, where is it going to be? Of course, it's going to be virtual. Almost everything today is virtual. Remember, this is a global award. We are welcoming children from all parts of Africa, wherever you are, whether you're in a village, in a town, whether you're in a county, wherever you are, we welcome you. We want to encourage people to nominate. And we are welcoming children from outside of Africa, whether you're in the US, in South America, in Asia, in Europe, wherever you are, whether you're in Australia. This is going to be a global event. And we are encouraging all of you out there to nominate all the Black kids around you, all of them, all of them, all of them. Who can nominate? Any adult can nominate. Parents, nominate your children. Godfathers, nominate your children. Aunties, uncles, neighbors, teachers, youth organization leaders, corporate, neighbors, church leaders, Sunday school leaders. Nominate the children around you. Nominate all of them. We want to have them celebrated. We want to spotlight them. We want to showcase what they're doing, the amazing work they're doing during the pandemic. So if you're here and you have anyone around you, please share this information around. Share so that we can nominate a lot of kids. We can spotlight them and tell them that we love them, tell them that we see them, tell them that we recognize that they're missing out on part of their childhood just because of this pandemic, and that we see the contributions that they're making at home, in the community, and excelling at school. Another question was, how many kids can I nominate? You can nominate as many kids as you want. Just fill in a separate form for each child that you're nominating. You can fill in one form for participation, nomination for the award, and speaker. So one form allows you to register a child for all the three aspects of the summit and the award. But if you're nominating or registering more than one child, please make sure that you complete one form for each one of the children or the child that you are registering. What question was, I think those are all the questions that I've had. Again, I will take all questions. I'll do another podcast again if this is necessary, if there are questions coming in. I invite you to go to the GloBUNTU Books website, www.globuntubooks.com, and while there, click on Black Kids 2021 Summit and Award, and right there, and that link will take you to the summit page, where you see all the description, what is it all about, and the nomination and registration forms are also right there. They're just a click away. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing this information with anyone around you so that we can all join hands again and celebrate our children. Our children need so much uplifting right now. Our children need so much that they need us to be there for them, to have their back, to show them that we see them, to show them that we love them, to show them that we see the efforts that they're putting in to make sure that we all go through this pandemic in one piece, and that we celebrate them. See, I get emotional because I really think this is something that should be very normal. We should all bring all the kids in here so that they get this recognition. This is my part as a mother. This is my part as an auntie, my part as a neighbor, as someone who loves seeing Black kids shine. This is what I think I would love to do. And in order to do that in a big scale, I need all of you. I need so many Black moms and dads. I need so many uncles. I need so many friends. I need so many adopted parents. Whether you're Black or not, as long as you're nominating a Black kid, you're welcome. So if in your neighborhood you have Black kids, if you're a white teacher teaching Black kids, I encourage you to please nominate them. That said, I'm done for this evening. Make sure to join me on Saturday during our next School of Life Masterclass. We have a fantastic master teacher as we've been doing every Saturday. You'll see it on my page or on the GloBUNTU Books page. You can join us via YouTube. It's always from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. when we have our live master teachers, where they come together and share with you their experiences, but also lessons, valuable lessons and tools and tips that they have developed throughout life that are really helping them to go through life, to journey through life positively. So thank you very much for having joined me. Thank you for coming later to this. Thank you for sharing and making sure that we get a lot of kids nominated for this award, that we get a lot of kids coming together to share their experience of the pandemic. Sharing can be very liberating. Talking about your experience can be very liberating. And again, children sometimes do not have that space to share, not because parents can't listen, but because we're so busy with other life-saving tasks, chores, because we're so busy trying to get used to the new normal that we have, juggling from home with school, house, teaching, becoming teachers, and we sometimes do not have time to listen to our children. And this is why this space is so important, that we give them the space to talk, to detox themselves, to connect with their peers from beyond their geographical area, from beyond their home and beyond their school. So if you understand me, you share my passion, you share my desire to celebrate the Black child, please help me share this information. Bring Black kids together. Let's nominate them. Let's award them. Let's give them the space to share their experiences. I thank you very much, and I'll see you either on Saturday or during the award. If you have any questions, make sure to just send it by inbox or put it in the comment box, and I will get back to you. Thank you so much. May you stay blessed. Have a wonderful evening, and